let's remember that the existing governments of this world right now will not, let me say that again, will not be the governing methods being perfected in God's kingdom. They will not. How do we know? Daniel 2:44.
And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
So you've got the kingdom of God crushing, destroying all of the kingdoms of the world now. And you can look at that and say, that's scary. Yeah, it is. It is. But it has a much bigger ending. So having been broken down into chaotic rubble, the nations, meaning the geographically located groups of people, will need to regroup in righteousness and seek out appropriate direction and appropriate help.
But I've noticed, Rick, you haven't been talking about when this happens. Like, are these prophecies about God's future kingdom specific enough that we can pinpoint a time frame when they happen? Is it after Armageddon, while the people are all being resurrected, or after the day of judgment? When does God's permanent righteous government that replaces humanity's government, when does all this happen?
Yes.
And exactly what's the day? Because I want to know.
Okay. Well, here, Ezekiel chapter 37, that had its beginnings in our world today, but its endings are far beyond the world today. Daniel 2:44, we are in the process of watching the beginnings of the crushing of the kingdoms of this earth. So these things are unfolding over time. And what we need to do is be patient and realize that when we see certain things happening, we know that we're to another step. What things happening? Well, as we go through the perfecting of the nations, it'll become obvious. And much of this, what we're going to be discussing, is post-resurrection. That's